Doopy doopy doo, doop doop doo doo, doopy doopy doo. Oh, let's get this. So much going on here. Got a lot going on here. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Let's drain nicely. Okay. Well, I'll just give it a couple of minutes. Hello, my friend, Facebook user. It's lovely to see you, whoever you may be. So, I'm going to give it a couple of minutes before I get started, just to make sure that anybody who's coming aboard is aboard, all aboard Skylark and all of that. And we'll get on with it then in a couple of minutes. So who is that? Who has said hello to me? Because you're only coming up as Facebook user, unfortunately. So I don't know who you are. It's a secret.
Good night, Nanny.
Good night, my darling. I love you.
It's birthday.
Yeah, I'm filming.
Oh, okay. Can I film it?
I love you. Night night. There we go. Granddaughter off to bed. So I have made myself a substrate, and I'm going to show you how I made it. Suruson! Suruson! It is nice to see you. Well, hopefully you'll get in the subtitles here. Oh, hi, Nunu. My lovely friend. Hello, hello, hello. Right, so I have made a substrate earlier because I needed it to dry. It's still not quite dry. But I'll show you how I've done that. And then that's what we're going to put all the bits on. And I'm using Sacred Secrets greyboard and MDF. And I'm also going to use lots of other things actually, but I'm going to use this is a rice paper by Decoupage Queen, and it's called Sweet Perfume. And this is another rice paper by Decoupage Queen called Teal Harlequin, and I'm going to use that. I'm also going to use some other bits and bobs, but we'll get to that. Right, what I want to do is I'm just going to show you how I've made my base, because it's so simple. So I've just got a cereal box, and I've undone it, so I've got my whole piece there. And this is how I make most of my journals. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut this end piece off relatively carefully, because you're going to use this piece to strengthen your spine. So I keep that piece to one side, and then I trim to the height that I want it. So the one I'm using tonight is quite a big one, and I'm going to keep it like that for now, just to show you. So I'm just cutting the top panels, and I'm going to cut this end bit, and I've got a little rip there, but that's fine because I'm going to be covering it in lots of things, so it'll be fine. It'll be reinforced and strengthened. So you can see I'm leaving these two central flaps like so. There we go. Da, 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 da. Good evening, another Facebook user. Lovely to see you. So there you go. So I've cut it down. So I've got my two flaps there, and I've got that. So, but I could make this any size I wanted. I really like using boxes to make my journals. I find it really well, I really like recycling, so there's that element, but I also find it makes some really good journals. The cardboard is just about the right thickness. So now we've got this bit that we cut off the end, and just sit that there, and you want to trim just a little slither off the edge there, because you want to sit it in between the two raised lines there, otherwise it's going to be a problem to fold. And I'm also going to trim it on the ends as well. So I've got that, get rid of that. And so I've got this now, and I'm going to glue this here and then glue these flaps over here like this. And this is going to really enforce my spine. Hi, Jan, lovely to see you. It's going to really reinforce my spine, and I'm going to also do some other reinforcing. So I'll show you how I do that. What I do in this pot, I don't know if you've ever had some glue that hasn't, you know, some I've found some glues I've got aren't that good, and sometimes the stick doesn't last, or they're just not really great glues. And what I do is I decant them into my pot. This is my pot of glue that's no good. I decant them in here, and I add a little bit of water. Hi Peggy, nice to see you. I add a bit of water, and then I use this for these sort of projects. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this middle section in here, and you know, you can put a ton of this adhesive on. So there we go. This is my granddaughter's favourite cereal at the moment, so I'm getting quite a few cereal boxes. Now if it doesn't hold when you fold it down, I'll show you what I use now. Let me pop that to one side. If it's playing a bit difficult to get it to hold, I have a tub of these I think they're sewing or quilters clips, but they're brilliant to just pop on your glued areas. So I've done that, which has really reinforced my spine and just given it that little bit extra. The next thing I do to reinforce my spine, because when I make when I hand make my journals, I like to know they're going to last and that I'm going to be able to really, really use them. So the next thing I do is I take some fabric and I put a piece on here on the inside, and I also go on the outside. So I'll probably do that with you now and show you, because why not? And I might actually, what I might do then is I might send something out at the end of this. Right, so all I'm doing is I'm just getting a rough measurement for how big I need this piece. I've just marked that with pencil just on the edge. Sorry, this is quite a big, I should have made a smaller one to show you really. So, and you can use any fabric. I use all kinds of fabric to do this. And then I need to cut myself another piece that is maybe got 1.5 inches extra on either side, because I want that to flap over the top. There we go. This is just this is a calico fabric, but honestly you can cut up You see, that just needed that little bit of extra time there. You can cut up old clothes, anything you like, but those pegs are just brilliant for paper crafts. So I use them a lot, and they're very cheap when you buy them as sewing doodahs. I get mine from Amazon, and they were really cheap. So plenty of glue, or this gluey watery mixture. You want plenty of that on everything, because it will take, you know, probably 24 hours to really dry properly. But when it does dry, it will make your substrate a lot stronger. It gives it something, you know, some, let's say, go on top of it as well if you want. It gives it what does it give it? It gives it more strength is what it gives it. It really sort of, it's like adding a cement to it, you know. It really helps add. So there we go. I'm just making sure that I'm stuck everywhere I want to be stuck, and all through this process I will lift my edges and make sure that everything's going to fold up nicely as well. So then I'm going to flip this over and put the longer piece on here now, and then once all this is dry, with that double layer of cardboard and the 2 layers of fabric, you'll have a really well made journal that you'll be able to use for a long time. So there we go. Get that on there. Add extra glue where it's needed. There we are. Oh. That's it, and you can add it on top because of course it's gonna soak into that fabric. So, and then I'm turning this back over and I'm folding those edges over as well. So this is giving me a super solid spine, and when you do it you need to make sure that your fabric goes over that spine area and onto the other sides, and that way you've got a nice secure hinge that's not going to break, and you'll get lots of use out of it. There we go. So that's the fabric element of that done. Let me get that in place. There. And again, I'm just lifting it up and running my brush down that crease to make sure that I'm not going to get any air bubbles and that everything is going to work nicely. Because at this stage, while the glue is wet, it's easy enough to move things. And because it's a glue that's been mixed with water, it's going to take a while to dry. So that does give you more time to play about. Right, there we go. So that's my nice hinge all in place, my spine. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cover it. To have a nice base. I'll just take my label off here. Now what I've used is This is a brown paper bag, which I'm going to open out. But you can use, if you don't have a brown paper bag, have a look at your packaging. I find sometimes in my packaging they use screwed up paper, and that works really nicely to create a nice cover for your journal. So I'm just looking for where this has been put together so I can open it out. Sorry, or you can just hear a load of rustling, can't you? There we go. So I've got my sheet of brown paper, and I'm going to screw it up as much as I can to get some nice texture. There we go. I've got some nice texture now on here. And I can now create my cover. It's chaos here, isn't it? Look at it. But we will get there. We will get there. You have to forgive me. I'm still a bit croaky, but I am getting there. I'm much better than I was last week. Right, so I'm lashings of this glue and water mixture now, because I want to adhere this creased brown paper on here, and I want to keep some of those creases because it just gives a really nice effect. So I'm just throwing this stuff on here. So I think I'm going to have to make some more soon, actually. But yeah, just cheap PVA that you wouldn't necessarily buy for anything else, and some water, and it's a great consistency for doing these kind of projects. Right, there we go. Let me push this down onto here, and then I need to find my scissors and endeavour to cut a reasonably straight line up here. If you've got lots of space, like I haven't, if you've got lots of space, you could draw around it and make sure you get a good fit, but I don't have. It's looking like great fun. Oh, bless you. It is great fun. I do enjoy what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna, as I'm going, I'm gonna stick the edges. There we go. And then I'll turn it over, and I'm gonna cut up here now. There we go. Slowly making more space for myself as I'm trimming away this brown paper. Lots of my adhesive and water mixture. And again, get a nice sharp edge on there. And then I'm going to cut up here. And I'm just cutting a straight line first, straight line all the way across, or as straight as it gets. And then once I've got my straight line, then I will, it's probably better if you fold it first, then you'll see where you want to cut to get a nice mitered edge. So again, on this side, fold it first to get my line for where I want to cut to get a nice mitered edge. And I'll stick that one down now. So I'm going very fast to show you this because obviously I've already done mine, and I want to get going on the the decorating bit, but I thought you might like to see. I thought you might like to see how I did it. So there we go. Make sure your corners are nice and flat, and you can always go back to these sort of edges and put more adhesive. That's not a problem. Right, last edge now. Oh, that's a, do you know, that looks like a drunk person cut it, but never mind. So, and again, I'm going to fold it so that I've got an edge that I know I'm on, and from that point then I'm cutting a diagonal, and then I'm going to cut this piece off there like that, and I'm going to do the same on the other side, and that will give me a nice mitered edge. Let me cut that one, cut the edge off, there we go, and then I'm going to glue that one in place. Hi Martin, how you doing? There we go, we get that edge done as well then. So we're creating something that when it's dry is going to be really super sturdy, and it's going to, you know, it's going to be a usable thing. So again, I'm just folding and checking that everything's going where I want it to go, and it is, so I'm happy with that. So that's what I've done. And then the other thing I did is I took some, I'll show you, where did I put that? Over here. This then, I put some Andy Skinner abstract rice paper on. It's the, this one is the personal, is it Personal Impressions? I think that's the name of the company. But yeah, so I put that in these, on these central panels, and just let it meet in the middle because it was smaller pieces. So that is basically how I've made my base. So I think that was that's not bad, was it, really? I think I did that in relatively good time. I'm quite pleased with myself. Right, let me clear the decks, and then we can crack on with the star of the show. Right, put my little jar of watery glue to one side, and put my, that's my wet one that will need to dry. This one's not, I did this one this afternoon, and it's not quite dry yet, but it's dry enough that I'll be able to work on it. So I'm going to pop that. Let me just pop these clips away. It's a very random tin. They came in this tin, and it's very random. It says Happy Wedding. I don't know what they've got to do with a wedding, but there we go. They were a very good price, and I'm very happy with them, and they do the job. So, you know, who am I to complain about the Happy Wedding bit? So let's get back to these pieces that we're going to use. Oops, I've just thrown one on the floor. Hang on, I'm going to have to go hunting to get that now. It's a bit chaotic here. There we go. Right, so let me show you all the pieces that we get in here. It's a great little kit. So let's have a look. This is the design that you can make with it all. I'm actually going to put a picture in the middle of mine and put my my other bits to one side. But these are the bits you get. So you get your base plate, and this is MDF. These two bits and this heart and this heart frame, they're MDF. So you get those. We get these. This is a really nice shape, and that's used as the wings on the main thing, and I think I'll probably keep that as wings. I like that. And then we've got some washers and some bolts, this flaming heart emblem, which is really nice, and then another layer to put on top of that. So I like all of this, and I think I should probably use most of it. And you also get these. This is a cog, and this is like a large washer, and then there's a little circle of greyboard there. This heart, which is it's a nice thickness, and the heart that obviously must have come out of the middle of it. But this heart, I think, will sit, it will sit nicely on the flaming heart, and we'll be able to make a real feature of that. So that's really nice. So there are some really lovely elements there that we can work with. I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just quickly gesso this and put the image on there that I want to put on there. And I'm gessoing it first because even though it's quite pale, which is great, if I do a little bit of white gesso, it will it'll be even better. It'll make the colours of the rice paper even more vibrant. So there we go. Actually, I can be a bit cheeky and I can mix some of my rubbish glue, because rubbish glue is really good with rice paper because it's not got much viscosity to it. Because the more viscosity, the more it will pull on your thing. Oh no, if I put this on, will it be okay? I don't know. So there's a bit of an experiment, and I think that perhaps I should have put my I should have probably gessoed it first, but a bit of gesso and glue, I mean, surely it can't go wrong. Right, that's about where I want it. And then I'm just gonna get where have I put it? I had a little move around and I don't know where the thing is anymore. There we go. And then I'm just going around the edge with my sandpaper block to remove the excess paper. You could run a wet brush around the edge and do it that way as well. Sorry, you can't see. There we go. So I've stuck the image that I wanted on there now. I'm really hoping I haven't almost lost her lovely face. Oh, phew, that was lucky. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Slight panic. I put her over and I don't think I can move this now. Dare I? Yeah, I dare. going to move her over a little bit, and I can always paint. I can always paint in that bit. Yeah, that's better, isn't it? That's better. I was losing too much of a lovely face. So there we go. I'm going to leave this to dry on one side while we work on this bit here. Yes, that's going to work really nicely. I'm going to put that's going to go on here on my cover. And there's a lot of other things that I'm going to put on this cover. So I think that works nicely. I'm not disappointed with that at all. Right. So the next thing I need to do is I need to think about where I want to put everything else. I was going to leave that to one side, but I do need to have a look at that. Right, okay. So I'm going to start putting these elements together so that I can give them a little gesso. And I'm also going to use probably some pigment fix too at some point, because I would really like to, I'm going to use some of Finnabare's mica powders because I really like them. So, right, there we go. That's that little bit. That came out quite easily actually. And I'm going to use some lace on the front of my journal. So I'm just wondering if I might actually put lace on here. I don't know. I don't know just yet, but I am definitely considering it. So I'm just taking all of these bits out now, and then I can have a little play about and put them where I want them before I put some gesso on them. Let's have those ones. There we go. Everybody's really quiet tonight. This is a quiet one. Right, let me have a little drink. And I'm going to pop my little dots out of here. And then I'm going to play with my composition. Oh, and I'll tell you something else I'm going to do quickly as well, before I forget, and then I'll regret it, is I'm going to use some, oh no, what's it? I can't remember what it's called, but I'll show it to you now and we'll get the name of it. Where's my little jar of magic? Oh. Here we go. We have a little craft lunch as well while we're at it. Where's my little jar of magic? There it is. Right. It's called, I can never remember the name of it, Distress Glaze. So I've got some, hello darlings, I'm here to wreck the piece, and, oh hello, whoever you are, lovely person. Come and wreck the piece because we're very quiet here. Right, so I've got some of this Distress Glaze. Micro distress glaze, and I'm just gonna rub it on my image, and that's gonna just protect my image a bit from all the things that I'm about to from all the carnage that I'm about to create, because I don't want to lose this image. It takes a little while to dry, but let's just make sure That lovely face. Oh, parrot. Make sure that's all right. So that's all quite nicely protected now. It gives a really nice finish when you use oxides and things as well. And I use it on. Sometimes I use it on my. Oh, hi, Angela. Lovely woman. I use it on just my watercolors and things sometimes. I did a tag that I posted this week, a couple of days or a day ago or 2 days ago, and I painted that with Lindy's, but I used the I've forgotten the name again, distress glaze, the micro distress glaze. I used that on top of it after I'd painted it, and it just gives it a nice finish. Louise McCajo, I think. Sarah Lee. Oh, you've tagged me. Oh, thank you, Angela. So that's what I've got. Now I'm going to have a little look at this. Let's make sure you can see it too, and decide what we're going to put where. So I definitely am going to have my wingy things at the top. So I don't need to worry about doing anything with those right now because they will go at the back of the this archway. So there we go. Let's finish popping these out. See, now I could have done this before the live, but I wanted you to see everything as I got it out of the packet, so I didn't. But, and now I'm wondering why I didn't. Gosh, it would have been a lot quicker for you. But never mind. Right, last one. There we go. Right, so I was pondering whether to actually use real lace on here because I'm going to use real lace on my cover as well, and as as part of the layers that I want to put on there. So thinking I might want to do some lace on there. Okay, and so I definitely want to put this on there. So I'm gonna. Hi, Anya. I've just finished my house. Sarah Edison, hello. Oh, I'm somebody's little Oreo. Hi, Joan. Who am I an Oreo to? I'm not complaining about it. I'm happy to be anybody's Oreo. Right, let's put that on there. So I'm going to put that on there. And I am going to use some of this lace, I think. Yes, I am. It's going to happen. So, I'm happy to gesso over this too. So I want to be able to gather it up a little bit. So I'll just make it a little bit longer. Like so. And then I'm going to use some fabric glue. Let's get this. Come along now. Come along. That's it. We'll get this out of there. Thank you very much. Oh, this stuff smells. Hi, Joan. There we go. And then I'm going to just stuck down both sides. And then it means I know what I've got to play with then here to scrunch. Is that a word? Is scrunch a word? I don't know. But I'm scrunching. I'm scrunching my fabric up a bit here. That's it. No, I want more there. And just press that. Just pressing it down until I'm happy that I want that a little bit more there. Yeah, that will work for me. So I put that there. Hi, Dominique. Hi. And then I'm going to look at, let's put this little heart together because it's just gorgeous. How are we doing for time? We're doing really good for time, actually. Might get this all built up tonight, and then we'll come back and paint it and put the mica on it and stuff next week, maybe. I don't know. We'll see how the time goes. You never can tell. Or maybe I never can tell. Maybe it's just me. So there we go. That's all in place. Oh, that's rather lovely. Now, I'm actually thinking of building something up here, but what I need to do is I need to make sure I'm not covering her too much. Let's have a look. Yeah, that works. That will work for sure. And then this will be there. And I'll put some little bolts and things on that as well. That's going to be there like that. Oh, hello. I quite like that. I do quite like that. I don't know, because I don't very often do things centrally. You're hooked on tiny things and you blame me. I'm sorry. There's worse things, aren't there? There are worse things. It's, it could be worse. I mean, is that a bit better with that light as well? I need to just cover that up for you. Yes, yeah, I'm not, because I don't generally do things centrally because it's a bit of a weird thing that I've got, that I don't really like doing things centrally. So I'm not sure about that heart there, but I do quite like it. So I don't know. Oh, it's hard being weird, isn't it? Right, let's have a little look. So I could put that there. That is quite nice as well. That gives a bit more depth going on there. And we can have that there. That gives a little bit more. Yeah, I think we're getting to a place that I like. Just not sure about that. Do you think with that heart or without that heart? What do you think? Yes, the only way is weird. It's true. Yeah, exactly. You think with, I can't see, that's with. I mean, obviously, this is all going to be painted and mica'd beyond recognition, but I need to put everything in place before I do that. With anybody else for with? That's with, that's without. Because I mean, I could have it down here. I don't know. John thinks with. I love my dark control. It's exhausting keeping it appearance of being normal every day. It's very true. Ah, Suru song. So there's 2 people think with, and I'm going to pop jobbies thingies around the edge as well. Let's have a look at this. Oh, not that one. I need one more there. I think if I pop that out there the right size. Yes. So that can go there like that. So I think this is going to be quite nice when it's done. Right. Now, would that be better? Yeah, that's right. Okay, let's start sticking it together then. So I'm going to use, just looking to see if I can remember where I've put it this week. I'm looking for my heavy body gel, which I put on my desk, ready for me to use. Ta-da, plasticine, because that's a very handy thing to have on your desk. It really is. I'm not being sarcastic. Right, let's stick these things in place. There we go. Okay. Oh, see, someone says without. I don't know. I cannot decide. I cannot make my mind up which I prefer. And it's most annoying. I'm just looking to see if I've got one of my. Yes, I have. One of my little brushes with a. These are Finnabair brushes, and they have little, I think it's silicone ends, and they're really handy for all sorts of things. And this is Finnabair heavy body gel that I'm using on this. And I also have some see, I use my fingers a lot with this stuff, and I shouldn't. I also have some of the soft gloss gel, which is very good as well. But if I need any depth adding, this heavy body gel will really do that for me. Right, now I've got to remember. Got to try and remember how I had it on there. And that's easier said than done. Right. And that works nicely. Do I make you get those brushes too? They're good brushes. They're really good brushes, and I really like that it's got the little that little extra bit going on. See, I think I've gone different again already, but it'll be all right. In fact, I know I've gone different, haven't I? Right, I need to leave that because that's going on the other bit. I can put my little heart on. Would be nice if you could see what I was doing, wouldn't it? Yeah, sorry, Jan. I don't know what I've just looked and realised I was completely off somewhere else. Right, put that there like that. I am going to do it. I'm going to put that heart up on the top. Oh my goodness, it's so scary. I have committed. I've committed. It's happening. Let me come up a little bit again. If I move that will remind me. So I really love, one of the things I really love about these sort of packs of loveliness, I really love just playing about with composition with them. I find it just so much fun, just trying different things and you know, playing about with it. Basically, I really enjoy that part of the process. So I'm just sticking these bits on. What's the time? And then probably when I finish sticking these bits on, I'll probably finish up for tonight, and then next week I'll do some nice painty effects and stuff, and we'll probably get it finished next week. But yeah, I would have thought we'd definitely get it finished next week, and then maybe after that I'll show you how to do some different useful pages in there. Well, that's quite a lot of heavy body gel you put on there, Rachel. But it's not going to fall off, is it? That's for sure. Get these bits in place. I feel like I've done something different. Yeah, I want that one. Sorry, but I want you here. And I want this bigger one over there. I'll just whitter along to myself for a minute here. Oh no, that's quite big. Am I happy with that? Yeah, I am. I am happy with it. I am. Right. Let me pop that over there a second. And then these two, I want to put, I'm going to use my, going to use a de-sieve for these littler pieces actually, because I think otherwise they're going to be too fiddly. This is just a little plastic bottle that I've put adhesive in. Right, I don't think I need to worry about those bottom ones. You can get this grey board from lots of places, but you can also get it from Leanne. You can get it from our Leanne. It's Andy Skinner grey board. Here's my packaging. not where I can get it. Where have I put that then? Oh, I put it on the floor because that's where it belongs, isn't it? Naughty girl, Rachel. Yeah, I'm using this one, which is, it's Andy Skinner. He's designed it, and it's manufactured by Tando Creative, and you can buy it from Leanne at Mad Archers. There we go. So I'm just popping these little circles that came out of one of the cogs, I think. I'm popping them. Oh, don't lose it, Rachel. Popping them around the edge. Oh, I really want to finish this because I'm quite excited because I've kind of figured out what I want to do on the base and things. So I'm really keen to do it. But, you know, we've got homes to go to, haven't we? I've got one more of those. Let's stick it somewhere. And then these bits that came out of the cogs, I'm going to use those too because I think that will work, you know. Don't know how many I've got of them because I'm not hot on my maths. But let's have a look. Oh, hello. Yes, I like that. So these are just the little scraps that I popped out of the cogs. Yes, yeah. Yeah, it's very much Sacred Heart type of carry on, yes. With the shape of the sort of shriny type base as well. Yeah, very much so. But I'm going to try and make it a little bit different. I've got some ideas of how I want it to go. So we'll see. We'll see. I will try not to just make it rusty, which is my go-to. I do have some other thoughts about how I want it to look, and I want to sort of complement that nice picture that I've put in the middle of the shrine as well. So, right, I think that is probably enough of those. So let's put this whole thing together now. Oops, I squidged my excess. What's it? So I've got that, and I've got that, and I've got this. So I'm gonna put this in place now, which does mean I'm gonna have to be careful when I gesso it and stuff, but I can live with that. And I have put the I've got a mental block on the name of that stuff, but I put that it's like a waxy barrier that I've put on the main image. Don't you come off there when I'm putting another glue on, that's rude. There we go. Right, let's get this in place. Just want to check that I'm where I should be. There we go. That's looking nice. And then I want to put this piece here. Oh, prettiful. Right. Just thinking where I want to put the glue. This is that stinky glue that is just really good. I could have used my heavy body gel, but I had this open, so that's what I've gone with. So I'm going to stick that in place there, like that. And I'm going to stick this under this one corner because I can. Oh no, I feel that's gone a bit awry there. Come here. There. Let's pop a little bit of that on there. Lift that up. Thank you very much. Yep, I like where that is. And I think I'm going to put a couple of washes on here. Just getting that glue to come out. Ivory, brick thread and gold. Oh, interesting. Well. Shall I tell you? Shall I tell you what I was thinking? Let me just decide if I've finished with these little bits now. Yeah, one there as well. Because I can't resist it. All right, there we go. Let's pop that one up under there. Right, walk away, Rachel. No sticking any more on there. So I've stuck everything where I want it, and I'm going to gesso all of this, and I think I'm going to do white gesso. I know, controversial for me, I know. And then it's going to go on here. There are going to be some other layers that I'm going to do. I'm going to do some other layers, but it's going to sit on there. And I've got some I've got this harlequin that I'm going to use, and I've got some gauze that I'm going to use, and I've got some lace that I'm going to use as well. It's going to be quite a sort of textural thing, and the colours that I'm kind of, well, these are the micas that I'm going to use. So it's like a it's a bit turquoisey and a sort of, I don't know what colour this is, but it's like it's not quite a pink and it's not quite a brown. It's sort of in between. Whoops. And then that one's a light green and this one's a sand. So I'm going to be adding bits of these when I've done my paint effects on there, because I think that these really complement her dress and things. But we'll see. And I'm gonna put something. I might put some glitter in this heart at the bottom, which is quite unusual for me, but I might. We'll see. Or I might. I'm gonna tell you what. I've got some funky fossil glittery paste stuff that might be nice in there. We'll see. But yeah, next week I'll make sure I've got all this gessoed and ready to go, so we can do the layers on the cover and paint this and get it all. We'll get it all finished next week. So thank you so much for keeping me company. It's very much appreciated, and I'll see you next week. Thank you. Yes, that's what I thought, Jan. That's what I thought. I thought it might be nice. But I'm going to let this dry and then I'm going to gesso it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Bye.